Ladies and gentlemen, to episode 5, season 1 of Monster Kid Theories. Today is part 1 of who and why Jega Rdomnai is still alive. Now, who is Jega Rdomnai? Jega Rdomnai is the highest elite in the Banished. He has third most control over the Banished. He's right underneath Eshram. Eshram is a high, very, very high brute. He trained Atriox, the leader. Now he's under Atriox, a very, very strong brute, to the point where he is still in his prime, even though how old he is. Now, Eshram created the Hand of Atriox. The Hand of Atriox is this elite team of multiple Spartan killers, involving Hyperius, Trovius, and Jega. The others we don't quite know of. We know there's more, we just don't know who they are. Now, he trained every single one of these to be Spartan killers, to slay Spartans. Now, that's a incredible feat to kill a Spartan. Now, all of them died, supposedly, towards Master Chief, which is not surprising. But, if I told you that it was not because of Master Chief that Eshram died, but it was Jega himself who actually technically killed Jega, that's a little hard to believe, but here's why I think that. Eshram was too young to die. He was in his prime. He was in his peak physical condition to the point where he was able to run at top speeds against Master Chief. He was unstoppable. There was no sign of him slowing down or him even getting old. Now, what does this mean? Obviously, he was old. He was 89 when he died. Well, like I said, he was in peak condition. There's no way he would have just died of old age. But what if I told you somebody poisoned him, or something along the lines of poisoning him, intoxicated him, or something, did something to him to speed up that process of death? Now, I honestly think it's Jega, or Jega. Jega would have done this for many reasons. First off, he was the high silent guard of the Banished, meaning he did secret missions that only the prophets knew about. He would be guarding the prophets with invisibility cloaks, so when everybody else failed, he was there right next to the prophets. He did things that the prophets did that nobody else knew about. He was the one the prophets came to when they needed help. But then the civil war happened in the Covenant, when the prophets leaned more towards the brutes than they did the elites. That made the brutes attack the elites, banish the elites completely. That made it to the point where the elites revolted against the Covenant, creating, for most of the elites, the Swords of St. Helios. Now, that was a huge conflict that went on. But during that time, there was a certain brute named Atriox. Atriox rebelled. He did something the prophets did not like, and he rebelled against the prophets, and is the only survivor that actually rebelled against the prophets. Now, Eshram was a follower. He followed Atriox after the Civil War. During the Civil War, he sided with the prophets, giving Jega the perfect reason to attack him and kill him because of what the prophets did to him by forcing him out of the ranks completely and using the brutes instead, which in his eyes is ridiculous. Why? We were protecting you the most. We literally have invisibility cloaks. These guys are just big apes. What are they going to do? He has every right reason to kill him at this point. So, why would he even do it? I mean, Eshram calls him his good brother. He treats him like a brother. Why would he kill him? Jega wants power. He's hungry for it. He wants to control. He wants to rule. He wants war. Now, Eshram is in his way. So how is he going to kill him? How is he going to kill Eshram? Well, how he could kill Eshram is by poisoning him in some kind of way. Sticking some kind of poison into him, slipping it into a drink. We do not know how he would poison him because Eshram is very aware. But he did something to the Eshram because in multiple scenes you see him coughing, wheezing, choking almost. That's not a sign of old age. Sign of old age is him decaying, not eating, becoming less strong. That's how you know he's starting to lose, starting to get old. But in this, he's obviously sick. He got sick. We know he's on the verge of death because Jega even says that the smell is getting stronger. Probably of the smell of death. So I honestly think Jega at some point poisoned him or did something to get him sick to take full control over the Banished. Now, I will explain how he does this and how he is still alive next week. Because it very much so seems that he died in his confrontation with the Master Chief. But if I told you he didn't, you're probably not going to believe me now. But I hope you believe me next week. Now, I'll see you guys in the next one.